Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive? Today we're tackling AI for learning English. I think some people might be picturing those old robotic voices, but trust me, it's not like that anymore.
Not even close. AI for language learning has come a long way. I mean, learning a new language can be tough, right? Like finding the time, getting over that fear of sounding silly.
Oh yeah,
But imagine having a personalized language partner available anytime, day or night, ready to help you practice without judgment.
that sounds pretty incredible, but I guess my question is, can AI really do that? Can it really replace a human tutor?
Well, it's not really about replacing humans. It's more about giving us another tool. Think of AI as your secret weapon, something to help you practice those essential skills so you can shine in real life situations. Like, let's start with speaking. Imagine being able to practice conversations just like you would in real life, like ordering at a cafe or having a work meeting.
So you're saying AI can go beyond basic grammar drills. It can actually help you sound more natural.
Exactly. And that's where AI chatbots like ChatGPT and Gemini AI come in. They can adjust to your level, their speaking speed, even their accent. Plus, they can give you feedback on your pronunciation.
Okay, I'm starting to see the possibilities here, especially for someone like me who gets totally tongue-tied thinking about speaking English with native speakers.
Huh.
But what about writing? Can AI help with that too?
Oh, absolutely. Think about those times when you're trying to write an email or a text message, and suddenly all those grammar rules you thought you knew just disappear.
Been there.
Well, AI can be like your personal grammar guru, helping you make sure everything is clear, concise, and compelling. Tools like Grok3 can help you choose better words, fix grammar mistakes, and even build your vocabulary.
So it's like having a personal editor on call 24/7. That's pretty
Oh,
amazing.
right. But there's even more. The magic of AI goes beyond just speaking and writing. What about listening? I mean, have you ever watched a movie or listened to a podcast in English and felt like you were only catching half of what was being said?
All the time. Sometimes it feels like everyone's speaking in code.
Well, AI can be the key to cracking that code. Tools like Gemini AI are designed to improve your listening comprehension. They can generate natural sounding speech, adjust the speed and accent to match what you need. It can even break down complicated sentences into smaller chunks.
So it's like having subtitles, but way better.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got ChatGPT for speaking practice, Grok3 for writing, and Gemini AI for listening. Sounds like a pretty amazing toolkit. But if you're just starting out, where do you even begin?
That's a great question. And the good news is you don't have to be a tech genius to use these tools. They're becoming more and more user-friendly all the time.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And honestly, they're getting more affordable too.
That's awesome. So let's talk about how we can actually use these tools, like practically, in our daily lives.
All right, let's get practical.
Perfect. I'm ready.
So let's say you're trying to learn new vocabulary. Instead of just looking at flashcards, you could try asking ChatGPT for a word of the day and then see if you can use that word in different sentences.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You could even try making up a funny story or having a pretend conversation using the new word.
I like that. That's a lot more fun than just staring at a list of words.
Right. And it's not just about memorizing the definition. It's about actually using the word so you can really remember it. Now, what about those really high pressure situations, like getting ready for a job interview in English?
Oh, don't even get me started on job interviews. I get so nervous even in my native language.
I know, right? But imagine if you could practice with an AI chatbot that acts like the interviewer.
Oh, wow.
You can tell it all about the company, the position you're applying for, even practice talking about your strengths and weaknesses.
So it's like a mock interview.
Exactly. And the best part is there's no judgment.
Yeah.
No awkward silences.
Mm.
ChatGPT can ask you all the typical questions. It can even give you feedback on your answers, help you with pronunciation and grammar. It's kind of like having a coach in your pocket.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, but what if listening is my biggest challenge? Like, I could read English okay, but I have trouble understanding fast-talking native speakers.
Well, for that, Gemini AI is your new best friend. You can adjust the playback speed, even isolate specific accents, or break down those long, complex sentences into smaller pieces that are easier to understand.
So it's almost like having subtitles, but like smarter subtitles.
Yeah. And as you get better, you can make it more challenging. Listen to faster speeds, different accents, more complex stuff. That's really how you push yourself to improve.
I think what I like most about these tools is they make language learning feel less like homework and more like a game.
I agree. And it's all about finding those ways to make it fun and engaging, right? So you're more likely to keep practicing.
Totally. Okay, so we've talked a lot about speaking and listening, but what about writing? I feel like writing is one of the hardest things to master in a new language.
Oh, for sure. It can be so tough to express yourself clearly and confidently when you're writing in a different language. That's where Grok 3 can be a huge help. It's like having a writing coach right there with you,
Yeah.
helping you make sure your grammar is correct, your sentences are
So
strong.
instead of getting stuck, you can use Grok 3 to kind of play around with the different ways of writing things.
Right.
Get feedback on your grammar, your vocabulary.
Exactly. It can really help you become a more confident writer in English.
It's amazing to think about how these tools could change the way we learn languages,
Yeah.
not just for individuals, but like on a global scale.
Yeah, for real. I mean, think about it. With AI, more people can access language learning tools than ever before. It doesn't matter where you live or how much money you have.
It's like AI is making it possible for everyone to learn new languages, to connect with other cultures. It's really powerful. And it's not just about individual learners either. AI can help teachers too. It can give them more tools to support their students. Imagine if teachers had access to real-time feedback on their students' writing. Or if AI could help students practice speaking in a way that feels comfortable and safe.
Yeah, that's a pretty amazing vision for the future of language learning.
It is. But I guess the big question is, will AI ever fully replace human teachers?
It's a good question, and it's something we need to think carefully about. I
Yeah.
mean, AI can definitely enhance language learning, it can add to the experience, but I don't think it will ever fully replace human interaction.
I agree. There's just something special about connecting with another person, right? Sharing stories, laughing together. That human element is what makes language come alive.
Exactly. AI can give you feedback, it can support you, but it can't really offer that encouragement and empathy that a human teacher can, especially when you're struggling.
So it sounds like the best approach is to find a balance,
Right.
to use the power of AI, but to also remember how important human connection is.
Totally agree. It's about taking the best of both worlds to create the most effective and enriching learning experience.
I like that. So we've talked about the good stuff, the amazing potential of AI for language learning, but let's be honest, are there any downsides? Anything we should be cautious about?
That's a smart question. And it's always important to think critically about any new technology, right?
Hmm.
I think one potential risk is becoming too reliant on AI.
Yeah,
We have to remember it's a tool, it's not a magic solution.
right. It's not going to do all the work for us.
Exactly. We still need to put in the effort, practice consistently, and actively engage with the language. AI can help us along the way, but it's not a substitute for our own effort.
And we have to make sure that AI tools are being developed and used in a way that's fair and ethical.
Absolutely. We need to be aware of any biases that might be built into the algorithms, and we need to make sure these tools are accessible to all learners, regardless of background or resources.
So it's about being mindful, right? Recognizing both the opportunities and the challenges that come with AI, and using it in a way that's thoughtful and intentional to create a more inclusive and effective learning experience for everyone.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, it's such an exciting time to be a language learner,
Hmm.
and I can't wait to see how AI continues to shape the way we connect with each other through language.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, the incredible potential of AI for language learning, some of the challenges. But for our listeners who are maybe just getting started or feeling a little stuck, what's the one thing you'd recommend they try first?
It's a good question. I think instead of trying to do everything at once, maybe just pick one specific area you want to improve.
Yeah.
Like, is it speaking more confidently, understanding native speakers better, or even just writing a simple email without making a bunch of grammar mistakes?
Okay.
And then just choose the AI tool that seems like the best fit for that goal.
So like a laser focus on one thing at a time.
Exactly. Don't forget, these AI tools are here to be your partners in this journey. Like, let's say you get really nervous every time you try to speak English. Well, ChatGPT can be a great way to practice those everyday conversations. It's a safe space to experiment without feeling judged.
And if understanding what people are saying is the hard part, then Gemini AI is like having a personal English audio trainer.
Right. You can adjust it to your level, practice at your own pace.
I like that.
And for those who struggle with writing, Grok 3 can be huge, especially for making sure your grammar is correct and you're writing clear, compelling English.
You know, one of the things I'm most excited about is how these tools can make language learning feel less scary
Hmm.
and more like a fun challenge, like
Yeah.
you're leveling up your skills with each conversation or writing practice.
I love that. It's like a game, right? And as you gain more confidence, you can make it more challenging. Try faster speeds, different accents, use more complex vocabulary. It's all about pushing yourself a little bit outside your comfort zone.
And the best part is, you don't have to limit yourself to just one tool. Maybe you start your day with ChatGPT to learn a new word, then at lunch you use Grok3 to help you write an email, and then you wind down with some listening practice on Gemini AI.
That's a great idea. It's all about finding what works for you, what fits into your life and keeps you motivated.
Exactly.
And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about enjoying the process, making mistakes, and learning from them.
I think that's a great note to end on. So, to all of our listeners out there, don't be afraid to explore the world of AI for language learning. There's so much potential here to help you reach your English fluency goals. Just experiment, have fun, and you might just find a whole new way to love learning English.
Well said. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone.
We'll see you next time. Happy learning.